What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 24 online CFM game. We are now at Championship Sunday in the 2025 playoffs here in the Premier Madden League. Our Los Angeles Rams still have the three-peat on our mind, and the one team standing in our way of making our third Super Bowl in a row is surprisingly the 7 seed Detroit Lions. They have been pulling off upsets left and right, breaking up brackets in this year's playoffs. Detroit took down the 2 seed Saints in the wildcard round, and last week Detroit took out the number 1 seed in the conference, the Seattle Seahawks. This means that our 5 seed Rams are actually about to be hosting our second home playoff game in a row. Of course, last week we played that highly controversial game against the Minnesota Vikings that went to overtime when it arguably should not have. We did come out victorious, and now after beating the 6 seed from the conference, we take on the 7 seed Detroit Lions. Looking at this squad, Jahmyr Gibbs is definitely the head of this snake. He is the go-to guy both running the ball and as a pass catcher. Defense is where this team definitely makes their name, though. They have a lot of superstars, a lot of great linebackers. Their pass rush is probably the focal point of this team. They have the 2 leading sack getters in this year's regular season, Chris Jones as well as Josh Sweat. And that doesn't even include O'Malley, who had 10 sacks to his own name. You got Brian Branch, who has developed greatly. Isaiah Simmons and Deontay Banks came in a trade from the New York Giants that sent J-Mo to the Big Apple. It has definitely shifted the Detroit Lions into a potential championship contender. Can they see those expectations out, or will they run into a brick wall known as the Los Angeles Rams, who have not lost the game in the playoffs since the start of Madden 24? Checking out the roster, you see a lot of superstars on both sides of the ball, especially for the Detroit Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs, he has Jukebox. That's going to be a headache to deal with as we go to SoFi Stadium for the NFC Championship game. The talking is over. It's time to play football. We are underway to see who's gonna go to the Super Bowl as the NFC representative. Travius Hodges-Tomlinson, who had a kick return in the Dallas Cowboys win on wildcard weekend, nearly got a kick return to start off the champ round, as we got a gain of 9 yards with Jalen Henderson on first down. Kirk Merritt on the run, trying to set the tone on this opening drive. Merritt, another carry up the gut. Oh, a juke move into the second level. Kirk goes. Who's got more merit in the postseason than Kirk? He always shows up when the money's on the table. Here's Cooper Kupp shimmying, shaking, and getting a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Drop back for Jalen, second down, quick throw, and Merritt nearly got the first down. Need a yard at the 18-yard line. The screen pass works out for Fleming. He jukes it. He sets up a goal to go. We're moving like a well-oiled machine as Antonio Gibson trying to cap the drive off, but a great open field tackle by Fuller after a gain of 2. Gibson another crack at it. Maybe got a yard, nothing more. Third down and goal. Empty look, changing the look late, and we have an interesting stack to the right side. It's a run. It's Jalen Henderson. Oh, JJ tried to call his own number. Did not work out. We do bring up a 4th down and goal with the 2, but we're going to take the field goal here. We're going to play it, I wouldn't say conservative, just try to play it smart in that situation. I don't think we had the offensive momentum to go for it on 4th down, right? We ran the ball 3 times essentially, and 3 times pretty much it did not work. Our best play was a 3rd down and goal run at the 6. Oh, there's the first run for Jahmyr Gibbs, and certainly not the last. We're going to try to put hit after hit on Gibbs, but he's going to bounce back and try to be better than ever, taking big chunks out of our defense on the first 2 plays of offense. But it did expel some stamina as Javion Hawkins takes a monster shot after a gain of 2. Jared Goff, the starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions, sails a pass out of bounds that could have set up a goal to go. Big 3rd down, Goff outside. This is Zipper, the tight end, and he's a yard short of the first down. A big decision for the Lions. They're on the field. They need a yard, and they'll go to Gibbs outside, stretching his legs and extending the change. Jahmyr Gibbs with a big run. Now here's Goff with the bootleg. In trouble. Gulat put the pressure on. And it's only a gain of 1, and it could have been a lot worse for Detroit. They'll set up shop. Second down at the 13. Picked off. Oh, Grant Delpit with the goal line stand. Grant Delpit has been a postseason star. Well, pretty much everybody in our secondary, they've all been stars in the postseason. Devon Jackson, Travius, Kobe Durant, they've all made big plays. And that's put our offense in a position where we really haven't needed to push in these ball games. We'll see if this game is more defensive-minded like last week's game, or we could explode out the book. Third down, this could be a big one. We're going for Fleming downfield, and that's nowhere close to anybody. Well, no Los Angeles Rams, surely, and definitely not even a Detroit Lion, which is probably a good thing because, I mean, that was double coverage, third down, saying a prayer. That was an arm punt, essentially, that ended up going incomplete. So the Lions defense doing their thing. We're going to try to be careful and try to get quick passes off against that vaunted pass rush, and maybe that strategy bit us. Now we have to watch Keon Zipper take the Lions back into field goal range. Early in the second quarter already, here's Anderson on the run, out of bounds. The Lions back into the red zone, away from Alucon, but not away from Donald. On first down is Jahmyr Gibbs. Drop back, Goff, second down, pressure on. Whoa! He nearly threw an interception to Bo Braid, who has a dev story that is definitely on the back burner. Third down, Goff looking, pocket collapsing, Donald racing right in his grill, and Jared Goff, fearing for his life with his former teammate on the pass rush, has to throw the ball away as the Detroit Lions do something they couldn't do on the opening drive, at least settle for 3 rather than forcing an interception. Goal line defense has definitely been the story early in this game. Each team has had or at least, you know, the Lions had multiple opportunities. We had our one opportunity, and all the time, just field goals, field goals, field goals. Who can score touchdowns? That could be the story of this game. We have a penalty on the play. For now, it's a first down for Cooper Kupp, but we'll see if this one is coming back. It's actually going to be DPI on the Lions, so we're going to decline that. Take our first down with Kupp at the 28-yard line as Kirk Merritt gets a gain of 4. Merritt's had some success on the ground. We'll try it again, trying to navigate his way through the tightest of windows, and Merritt actually got a first down on the carry. Next play action, didn't fool anyone. We actually lost the yard. You see Jalen, 7 out of 8, but only for 28 yards as Henderson takes off and gets a gain of 5. This is a fast-paced game. There's already 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Fleming, not gonna get it. Broken up by JT Woods, who, if you might have noticed on the superstar screen before the page, he's one of those superstar X factors. He's got some knockout abilities, and I think one of those came into fruition that ultimately ended our drive. Again, our pass rush is heating up, and the Detroit Lions are not the only team with a bunch of superstars. We got 3 on the rush. Whoa! Nearly intercepted by Azariah Thomas, last week's hero in overtime. That brings up third down right before the 2-minute warning. Goff, whoa! That is picked off, and that's Foyce Alucon. You want to talk about somebody that loves the postseason? That guy right there, Foyce, setting up an immediate red zone opportunity, only for us to go right back out with Julian Fleming. That will take us to the 2-minute warning, and that puts us in a bad spot. 2nd and 16, getting away from Jones. That's Jalen Henderson, tripping forward and actually setting up a third down and 2, a great scramble. We're going to call up Jalen's number to get the first down. He maneuvers out of traffic, and Jalen, some patience shown in that design quarterback blast, sets up a first down and goal at the 5. We put on shoe clock, trying to make this the last drive of the half. Oh, baby, Antonio Gibson puts that plan to rest. He's in the end zone. The first touchdown of the NFC Championship game goes to the Los Angeles Rams with 53 seconds left. But of course, that's a big 53. The Lions have all their timeouts with us getting that score on first down. We were not going to give up a touchdown in that situation, though. The score is there. The score is there. We did get the true clock before the play, though, as Goff under duress again. Watch out! Woohoo! Dope it! Through his hands. That should have been Goff's 3rd interception of the game. Instead, on the bounce back, whoa, Goff delivers a laser to Anderson. That will take the Lions to midfield. They actually don't call a timeout here. They go up tempo. That's going to burn a lot of clock. Need about 10 more yards to get in the field goal range. Gibbs with the cutback. Oh, the ankle breaker. It's all for naught, though. We eventually arrive on the scene and bring them down for a minimal gain. Shout out to Rayshon Benny getting the initial hit. 2nd down, Goff rolling. Nothing's there. He throws it away. And right now, the Lions need to at least get some yardage to get into that field goal range. There's only 11 seconds left in the half. Goff, 3rd down, outside. He's got it to Cortland Sutton. Jared Goff trying to break the heart of the team that drafted him. 6 seconds left, and the Lions try to sneak in another play. Jahmyr Gibbs, he battles for longer than Detroit surely would have liked. Eventually, it doesn't do much. It still sets up a field goal. Here's Michael Badgley from 41 yards out to cut into the deficit. It's up, and it's good. So it is a fast-paced game, but not a lot of scoring to go with it. 6-10 at the half. And on top of that, the Detroit Lions are going to get the ball to start the second half. And it just feels like I don't really know how to feel about that first half, because I feel like we didn't play a bad game offensively. If anything, probably just too conservative and didn't open up opportunities for ourselves and create a lot of short drives, because it feels like we've been on defense a lot in this game. But our defense is playing so well. Shout out Gabe Hall with the tackle for loss. Second down, Goff on the run, finding Armstrong out of bounds, but it brings up a third down. You're going to need Goff to make a play here. Need 4 yards. Goff drop back. He's got him. No! Big hit by Azariah Thomas. Azariah Thomas started the playoffs getting burnt by Elijah Moore, and he's only been getting better ever since. Julian Fleming outside on the punt return. The punter to beat once again for Fleming, sheds him off, and Julian Fleming loves a good punt return in the postseason. Henderson taking down a sack. It's Josh Sweat, and that was just breaking contain against a QB contain, essentially. That was always going to end in a sack for us. We lost big yardage there, and at this point, we're just maybe trying to get back into field goal range. Third down and 13. Do we got a shot to move the chains? Jalen, step up, throwing wide open, caught by Kirko, out of bounds to the 8. Gibson trying to finish the drive off. Remember, we had a bad goal line sequence at the beginning of the game on our opening drive. We need to do better here, but for this play, we're without Julian Fleming. We are with Merritt, who falls forward and opens up a lot of options. Third down and goal at the 3. Jalen pitches out. Gibson in trouble? Maybe not. Oh, Antonio Gibson with the special sauce. The juke in for 6. Julian Fleming, get back out there. Pull hammy is not enough to pull him out this game. We need Julian to try to get to the Super Bowl. A pull hamstring, a high risk of injury, though. We're going to have to watch that and maybe monitor his snap count, because we do have an 11-point lead, but of course, we can't count our chickens before they hatch. Anything can happen. We are early in the third quarter. There's plenty of time for this game to change. It could all happen on one play if the Lions get a touchdown on this drive. Gibbs setting up a third down in inches. It's a run for Hawkins. Oh, Devon Jackson flattened him. Not a first down. That was incredible by Devon Jackson, who continues a standout postseason. Fourth down, Gibbs up the gut. Oh, he got a yard and nothing more than that, but it does give the Lions new life on the drive. Aaron Donald making sure nothing else happened on the play. And at this point, we just got to make the Lions work, because like a lot of our opponents in this postseason, it seems like teams are struggling to put together full drives against this stout Los Angeles Rams defense. Can the Lions convert a third down? No, not like that! Travius Hodges Tomlinson got the overthrow, got the pick. That was in traffic regardless. And here we are once again trying to take advantage of our defense that is playing at a championship level. The offense might need to help out a little bit. Third down and 13. Can we get a chain mover outside? Wide open. Oh, and Jalen Henderson misses the mark. It's not been a great game for Jalen Henderson and the offense, and we're putting a lot of pressure on the defense to continue playing what has felt like a near perfect outing. How much longer can you play perfect football? Is that possible for 40 minutes? Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs says otherwise. He breaks off his biggest run of the game, taking the Lions to midfield. Play action for Gibbs. Goff looking middle. Nothing's there. That's a throwaway. That is definitely a penalty on Detroit, as Goff tried to evade the pressure. A loss of 12 and the down, putting the Lions on the back foot. They'll get the yardage back here with Anderson. Not all of it, though. It's still third down and 14, potentially 4-down territory for the Lions, trailing by 11. Goff, middle, got it. Gibbs, he survives the big hit from Devon Jackson, and surely the Lions will go for this fourth down as we start the fourth quarter. The NFC Championship game is still a contest. The Los Angeles Rams looking to go to their third Super Bowl in a row, but the Lions look to say otherwise, and it'll hopefully start for them with a fourth down conversion. Here's Goff looking outside and picked off. Grant Delpit is a machine. Oh, he should have 3 picks in this game, but he'll take 2, and the fourth down stop. I mean, it would have been better if he swatted it for the turnover on downs, but we'll take a stop any way we can get it. As we go to Cooper Kupp, he gets a first down on the zig. This is a big drive for us to try to chew some clock more than anything else. Second down, never mind. Fleming, long ball, no! JT Woods has been doing a great job covering Fleming, so we have to go elsewhere. On third down, you know who to call. Wide open, Cooper Kupp. He's done it again. Cold-blooded Cooper loves this time of year. January football is Cooper Kupp football. What a throw by Henderson in stride for Kupp. And that was a breakdown for sure by the Lions defense that we took advantage of. A Lions defense that has done so well staying within their scheme all game long. But we caught them slipping one time, and that could be the play that ultimately puts us in position to return to the Super Bowl, to try to go for the three-peat, up by 18 points. The Lions will give it a last gasp here. Jared Goff has thrown 4 interceptions. His confidence is clearly rattled, but the Lions need him to have a short-term memory and go to work on this Rams defense. That's a throw to the superstar tight end Keon Zipper. He'll get the Lions to midfield. It's all about finishing drives, though. How many times have we said the Lions pass midfield? They only have 6 points to show for it. As we have the run, it's Gibbs, who has his yardage, but we haven't given up the mega plays to Jahmyr Gibbs that we feared going in. So we're doing a pretty solid job so far. Job's not done yet. Lions with a new set of downs at the Rams 42-yard line. Goff setting up the play, looking outside, and that's picked off. Grant Delpit is a madman. Look at him go. He's got Goff to beat. Grant Delpit tackled by Goff at the 11-yard line. Grant Delpit playing the game of his life. He's doing what it takes to get the Rams to Super Bowl 61. Second down, here's Gibson getting skinny and getting in for 6. It's a hat trick for Antonio Gibson and the Los Angeles Rams. I don't want to say it's an insurmountable deficit, but we've got a big lead now. You never want to say it's over until it's over, but as we kick the PAT with Chase McLaughlin, it's a 25-point game, a 4-possession lead with under 7 minutes to go. It would take a historic collapse for our Rams to somehow find a way to lose this game. And as you look at the scoreboard, it's all defense all day. And the Lions, oddly enough, actually had their best success early in the game with a couple of red zone trips. Otherwise, this has been phenomenal defense by our Los Angeles Rams. This is teaching tape for every team across the league, across the nation, across the world. And also a warning shot to whoever comes out of the AFC conference, which could potentially be the 17-0 Cleveland Browns, as you see on the bottom ticker. Or it could be a battle for Los Angeles against the Chargers, who are 15-2 in the regular season. So, before we worry about all of that, we're going to try to close this game out. Second down, Jahmyr Gibbs on fire. He's got Traws activated, so he's probably not going to fumble. But Jared Goff has 5 interceptions. He might give us number 6 if he's feeling kind enough. Yet again, the Lions at midfield, but how much further can they take it before the drive falls apart? Oh, this one's gonna be a bad play for Goff. There's Ashton Gillette as well as Byron Young sandwiching the veteran. 4th down and 19. Might as well go for this here. You got nothing to lose. Kyle McCord is in the game, and Kyle McCord feeling trigger happy and throwing an interception to Travius Hodges-Tomlinson. I mean, once again, a swat would have been nice for the turnover on downs, but you got to take that turnover any way you can get it. And look, I said it before, when Roschon Johnson's in the game, you know it got bad for the opposition. Roschon Johnson trying to chew up some clock and get us out of here. We got all the backups in the game, offensively and eventually defensively, and we're just going to milk this clock out and get our team to the Super Bowl as healthy as we possibly can. And after the regular season we had is Roschon Johnson putting a man on skates to give us a first down on a 3rd and 13 run. But yeah, as much injuries that we had in our offense that plagued our team all year long, even on defense, our team is pretty healthy going into the Super Bowl. So that is fantastic for us. We're peaking at the right time. You always know in football, when a team gets hot, you never know how far they can take that run. And our Rams are definitely the example to live by on that, because this is going to be the 3rd straight year we make it to the Super Bowl. And there was only one year where we actually won our division as the 3 seed. We never had a first-round bye. We've always had the battle, and this postseason is actually going to be, the postseason that we play the most home games in, with 2 home games, as Jahmyr Gibbs gets injured late in the game. You don't want to see that for Detroit. They're just trying to end their season peacefully, trying to run the ball out, trying to run the clock out. But yeah, we usually are road warriors. We don't take the easy path. We just do whatever it's necessary to get to what is going to be our third Super Bowl in a row. So a chance at something no team in the NFL has done before now awaits the Detroit Lions as Eric Armstead suffers an injury, but thankfully he's a backup, so that's not really big news. The Lions chewing clock here, under 10 seconds to go. They're just going to give it to Javion Hawkins. They're not going to call a timeout. They're not going to do anything else. That's going to wrap up the ball game. The NFC Championship game, it's wraps. The Detroit Lions with a dominant display of football as they'll go to their third straight Super Bowl. Super Bowl 61 awaits. Our Los Angeles Rams will see the opponent is, but in the meantime, we're going to savor this one for sure as we conquer the NFC conference yet again. And the Pats never easy, but like I said before, man, we just find a way to play our best football at the best times. And the only thing we have to figure out before we wrap this game up is if we got that dev story with Bo Braid. I never really touched on it at the beginning. I mentioned it once, barely in the game, because, I mean, a dev story in the championship game, that is clearly a secondary storyline, as opposed to trying to make it to the Super Bowl. If Bo Braid got it, he got it. But oddly enough, even though the Lions threw 6 interceptions as a team, Bo Brady was not the recipient of any of those. We came close to getting 1 user pick with him, and really the wrong safety cooked in that game with Grant Delpit. I'm not going to be mad about it, but yeah, I don't know if we got the Bo Braid dev. The one thing we can try to bank on is if we got the yardage, holding the Lions under a certain amount of pass yards, which I don't know if we did as a team. We'll check it out after the game. We do have one injury. Of course, that's, like I mentioned before, Eric Armstead, and he's probably going to have a multi-week injury. He won't show up for the Super Bowl, but Bo Braid will as a star dev. So, Bo Braid was actually star dev last year. We drafted him as a star. He lost his dev last offseason, and now we got it back for at least the Super Bowl before he potentially loses it again. So, we'll check out the IR before we get out of here. It's a couple of backups. Genty still on there, backup right guard, but otherwise, we are ready to go. So, that's going to do it for this video. Leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. Subscribe for more Madden 24 online games, and I'll catch you guys next time. It'll be Super Bowl 61. See you there.